can I get you, Cid? A mug of Molly's finest. I was wondering, Cid, what do you think of that stolus of yours? Do you trust it? Only I caught the thing staring at me the other day. Those dead eyes boring a hole right into my soul. But Holmes says I have nothing to worry about. That the owls have been serving mankind since the dawn of time. Speaking of which, that reminds me of a tale I heard. There once was a young man and a young woman who lived on opposite sides of the realm. And though they'd never met in the flesh and only ever spoke by stolus, the two of them loved each other something fierce. So fierce, in fact, that one day the young man asked the woman for her hand in marriage. Much to his dismay, though, the woman said no. She loved the young man, but her father was against the match, and despite her pleas, he wouldn't budge. Unwilling to accept the cruel hand that fate had dealt him, the young man resolved to journey across the realm, thinking he might convince the father if he could only meet him in person. So he gathered all of his belongings and sold them to buy a chocobo. Then, after entrusting his stolus with a message for his beloved, he set it aloft and followed after. For days and nights he rode without rest, until the bird finally arrived at a tiny cottage in a tiny village deep in what he thought might be the Northern Territories. Mustering his courage, he dismounted his lathered steed and knocked on the door. No answer. So he tried the handle. And to his surprise, the door creaked open. But when he stepped across the threshold, all he found was an empty hall. Empty, except for an old wooden perch, on which sat two stoluses, his and another. The young man asked around the village about the maiden and her father, but nobody could recall such a family ever having lived there. And the house he visited? It had been abandoned for as long as anyone could remember. So what do you think of that, then?
Of what, Tori?
Oh, you weren't even listening, were you, Cid?
Of course I was listening. Noble birds, Chocobird.
Oh, you're not leaving already?